Hello everyone! Today we are going to talk about how we can mine BitCoinZ and Monero together with one personal computer. We are going to use our Nvidia graphics processing unit in order to mine BitCoinZ and our Ryzen CPU in order to mine Monero simultaneously. Some reasons why we have chosen BitCoinZ and Monero are: 1. Both of them utilize ASIC-resistant algorithms which offer much more meaningful rewards to the small miners who use just their personal computers for mining. 2. Both of them are 100% community-driven, and 3. Both of them had zero pre-mine and zero pre-ownership. What we need in order to mine them: 1. A personal computer with a decent central processing and graphic processing unit. 2. The mining applications for both of them. 3. BitCoinZ and Monero wallets. And 4. BitCoinZ and Monero pools if we don't wish to mine solo. Part number 1. Gathering the needed files and choosing our mining pools. So let's download the miner for BitCoinZ first. We visit miniz.ch with our browser. Miniz is a mining application that is specialized in the equihash algorithm variants. It requires 2 GB of memory in your GPU. In the central page of miniz, we press Download and Latest Version. We download the right version for our computer and operating system. We don't forget to write down the password. We will need it later for the decompression of the file. This zip file contains the GPU miner, the miner for BitCoinZ. Now we have to download the miner for Monero, the CPU miner. We visit getmonero.org. We are scrolling down until we find the software section and we choose XMRig. We download the XMRig miner for our operating system. This is the CPU miner which we are going to use in order to mine Monero. Now we have to choose one mining pool for each coin. Mining pools are useful because small miners combine their mining powers in order to enjoy more frequent mining rewards. We visit the getbitcoinz.com site. Here we will get the mining pool details. We choose About BitCoinZ from the menu and Mining BitCoinZ. In this section of the site, we choose a mining pool. For our example, we choose BitCoinZ to Mars. Every mining pool has its own unique URL and port number, so we visit our mining pool site and we press Mining Settings, and on the left of the next screen, BitCoinZ, and we get the pool's server URL and the port number. We save it in a text file for later. Don't forget that you can choose any mining pool that you wish. We now visit the site supportxmr.com, which is the pool that we are going to use for mining Monero. We choose the help option on the right of the lower part of the site. In the section 3, we can find the pool details. We copy them in our text file for later use. Now we have only to download our wallet application. We visit coinomi.com. This is one of the best multi-wallet options. We download the wallet for our operating system. This is the end of the first part of the guide. We now have these files. 1. miniz, the miner for BitCoinZ. 2. XMRig, the miner for Monero. 3. Coinomi multi-wallet, the wallet for both of them. And 4. A text file containing our pool's details. Part number 2. Installing the wallet application and running the miners. We install and run the Coinomi application that we had downloaded in the end of the previous part. In the first welcome screen of Coinomi, we choose Create New Wallet. The program is giving us a seed phrase that we have to write down. We always back up our wallet by writing down this phrase and keeping it secret. This is the only way to access our funds in any bad scenario like a device malfunction. We should never share this phrase with anyone that we would not like to have access to our funds. We press the next button and we verify that we have written the phrase in the right sequence. In this guide we press skip, but you should confirm that you have written the words in the right sequence in order to go to the next step. We set a password in order to secure our wallet and future transactions. We choose the assets that we are interested in our case BitCoinZ and Monero, and we press the next button. In the next screen, we can find the terms of use. By pressing OK, we have our wallets ready. Coinomi has generated for us one wallet for each selected asset. In its coins section, by pressing receive, we can get our relevant address for the specific coin. We copy our BitCoinZ and Monero addresses in a text file. We can use the same file where we had written the information for our mining pools. We should be very careful to write down the correct type of each address. We should never send BitCoinZ coins to a Monero address or Monero coins to a BitCoinZ address, for example. Now we only have to set up our mining applications. 1. We unzip the mini-z files for the BitCoinZ miner, and 2. We unzip the XMRig files for the Monero miner. Usually, these mining programs give fake virus alerts to antivirus software and Windows Defender. The best is to decompress them in a folder that has been excluded by our antivirus software and Windows Defender. For more information about how to bypass Windows Defender without deactivating it, you can watch our relevant mini-guide from our video collection. For the mini-z miner, we run the mini-z graphic user interface file with a characteristic orange icon. We open the txt file with our saved information. We copy our BitCoinZ address from our text file into the wallet field of the mini-z miner, and we copy the BitCoinZ mining pool's URL and port number in the server and port fields of the miner. We choose Algo 144.5 and parse BitCoinZ. Then we press Start in order to mine BitCoinZ. It was so simple. For the XMRig miner, the Monero miner, we added the start.cmd file in the folder where we decompressed the XMRig zip file. This command file runs the xmrig.exe application with certain customizable parameters that we set. We copy the Monero pool URL from our text file next to the -o parameter and our Monero address next to the -u parameter in the CMD file. This is a working example of the command line. After the -u parameter, you have to put your Monero address without parenthesis symbols. Please remember to let only one space between each parameter in the command line. We save the .cmd file and we can make a shortcut on our desktop for it. We right-click it and choose Run as Administrator in order to launch the miner. Running both miners is like this. Each miner gives us useful information for the mining procedure, like our mining speed and efficiency. It is very important to monitor the temperatures of our devices. Running two miners at the same time with load for both your CPU and GPU can lead to temperature increase. This would not be good for your hardware over time. In the following part, we will explain how to make our mining procedure safe for long-term mining. Part number 3. Making our mining procedure safe and more efficient. By lowering the power consumption of our hardware, we can achieve a great reduction for the temperature with a very small loss to our mining speed. We are going to use free software, the MicroStar Afterburner for our graphics processing unit and AMD Ryzen Master for our central processing unit. This will take only 3 more minutes, but it will make our mining super efficient, achieving high speed with low power consumption, low temperatures and safe hardware. We go to the msi.com and we download the Afterburner, the top application for controlling your GPU. We unzip the file and we proceed with the installation. We run the Afterburner application and we can now change the settings for our GPU. The most important of all is the power limit for lower power consumption. In addition, we can change the temperature limit, the CPU and memory clocks, the fan speed and many more with the advanced settings. We have to experiment in order to find the ideal golden line between the lowest power consumption and the highest mining speed, because different GPU models and mining algorithms have different ideal settings. As a general rule, we are lowering our power limit in order to increase our efficiency and decrease the temperature. As an example in our guide, you can see how we have achieved a significant drop in the power consumption without losing mining speed. These settings were for our graphics processing unit, which we use in order to mine BitCoinZ with a mini-Z miner. We will now make settings for our central processing unit. We go to the AMD.com site and we download the Ryzen Master. We install and run the program. By pressing Home, we can see the statistics for our Ryzen CPU, like the current temperature, the voltage and the power consumption. We have to just make a profile with a lower voltage. This is not overclocking, so it is an absolutely safe procedure. We choose the profile 1 and we just edit the voltage field. We make sure that the button included is enabled for voltage control. We choose Apply and Test. We should not run the miner during the test. So after the test we know that our settings are good. That's it. We can now run both of our miners and enjoy much lower temperatures. The Ryzen Master should always run on the background with our profile enabled. This way we are able to mine Monero with low voltage for our CPU and low temperatures. For example, in our system with Ryzen 3900X we had 100% stability with a voltage of 1.075 volts, and for our Nvidia GTX 1070 Ti we had set 70% power limit. As we can see in this table, with our settings we have achieved about 11 degrees Celsius temperature reduction for our graphics processing unit and about 14 degrees Celsius temperature reduction for our central processing unit in comparison with their factory default settings. In addition, we have achieved about 30% lower power consumption for both of our devices and very good temperatures for having them operating for a long time. All this without losing our mining speed, which is 62 sol per second for BitCoinZ and about 13,000 hashes per second for Monero. These speeds, with evaluation based on September 1st, 2021, gives us about 240,000 BitCoinZ coins and 0.1 Monero coin monthly. Now you only have to watch your Coinomi wallet filling with BitCoinZ and Monero mining rewards. Enjoy! Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Feel free to leave your comments with your GPU model and mining speeds.